Bonsoir, bonsoir John, bonsoir Bat, bonsoir Declare, bonsoir Thomas. Thank you, Thomas. Thomas already leaving a tip before we even started. How's the sound? You guys tell me how the sound is since 1 week break. Maybe I forgot about a few things, huh? Exactly. Mille merci, Thomas, for the very, very nice and generous tip in the tipping jar in the description of the video from the get-go. Thank you, man. Well, happy to see you. Quite happy with a lot of the records I have for tonight. Especially if I can find them. Just realized one record. One record I need to find. Thank you, Eduardo. Hello, miss you. There we go. Hello, Frank. Yeah, we're starting quite mellow, aren't we? We're starting with a favorite of the year 2022. One of my favorite albums from last year. Carmen Villain. Hello, Philippe Gaillard. Carmen Villain released an album on a small town super sound in 2022 that was outstanding. Especially if you include the white label 12-inch that was released a couple of months later with a bonus track and a remix by Actress. Actress was releasing a new album next month, I believe, or this month. I don't know. Anyways, she released a new album this year. The soundtrack to a ballet, if I remember correctly. I was not in love with that record. I'll be honest. I haven't felt it was delivering what I hoped. But thankfully, we got something from her to this year that is quite pleasant, as you can hear right now. Hello. Hello, Liam. So, what was it? If it's Carmen Villain, but it's not her latest album. We'll see. Liam is talking rugby here. Hello, Vinyl Dreamscape, and thank you for for the tip. Hello, Frank, Guerre, 808. Yeah, there might be an 808 episode. So we were listening to this compilation on modern obscure music. Modern Obscure is this label that has released recently a side project from Shackleton that might be interesting. I'm not sure yet if I'm getting it. And they've released a Susumu Yokota album earlier this year or last year that was quite interesting and quite a few things. Basically, this is the label of a musician called Pedro Vian. This is a double LP, and it features Felicia Atkinson, Busra Kaikshi, Carmen Villain, Kunyuki Takahashi, Pavel Miliakov, really good track. Joseph Kemru, really good. Anna Quiroga, and Abul Mogar, and a track by Pedro Vian himself, which I will be playing as soon as I start to shut up. Hello, Vibrasonic. Christophe, huh? I'm so bad with names sometimes. Hello, Stéphane. Nice to see you. And yes, compilations of tracks by different artists. I'm kind of over that format, to be honest. Most often, I tend to store them, to forget about them, and I know it's a good way to sample artists, but this is a thematic sample, not necessarily from the label, which most often makes more sense to me. But in this case, it was good enough. So all these artists have been very generous in their willingness to participate in an artistic experiment that's been on Pedro Vian's mind for a long time, building bridges between architecture and music. Each of these artists chose a space and translated it into a piece of music. And the result is a sonic kaleidoscope through which specific territories can be gazed upon from unexplored points of view. The compositions that make up these compilations are synesthetic windows and will be able to contemplate in a unique way spaces located in such different places as Chile, Turkey, Norway, Japan, Kenya, England, Italy, Germany, or even in imaginary universes. And blah, 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 blah. Lots of interesting spiel, actually. But yeah, I really liked that Carmen Villain track. I thought it was quite strong. And we'll listen to the Pedro Vian track now. Thank you, Dirk, for supporting the channel and leaving a tip in the coffee jar. Thank you. Hello, Alex. Yeah, but they're pretty new, and most of the compilations are EPs, if I remember correctly. But I agree. Salut, Christophe. Oh, I hope it's just the car that is broken down, Christophe. Tell us if you're alright. Well, if you if you put the show on, I hope I assume you're alright, but that's a bummer. This is so good. Really, really beautiful electronic music melodies here. Sound. This just came out, by the way. Hello, Angela. Thank you. It was the end of the line. Stefan, I agree. And these compilations were quite good, mostly because they had a theme indeed, and they didn't have that many tracks. It was usually between 3 and 5, and I think that's pretty good. But this compilation were filled with 12 tracks by different artists. It has to be exceptional. There has to be a couple of exceptional tracks. This track playing right now, the Pedro Vian track, this is something that I'm pretty sure I will go back to fairly regularly, as with the Carmen Villain track, but even more so with this one. This is the one that convinced me to get the compilation. Thank you, Ger, for supporting the show already. Next track is from an album that is, I would say, not that difficult to find and pretty cheap. Quite interesting album from way back, like 40, 50 years old now. But you'll tell me how young it sounds. Bonsoir, Chrisem. Sorry if I look like I'm always like tweaking some cable. I'm actually tweaking my headphone cable, since there's a little bit of the connection keeps moving. This is on a label that we're all familiar with, I assume. It's a good label. Some would qualify it as the budget ECM label that started around the same area, both geographically and temporally, and usually considered as like spiritual jazz, modern jazz. This is this is a pretty amazing, wild record. Wait till it gets going. Masahiko Sato with Peter Warren on bass and Pierre Favre on drums. Pierre Favre, one of the absolute best drummers in jazz history. I know. I keep saying things like that, like drummers that a lot of people have maybe not heard about if you focus on American jazz. But this. Pierre Favre is, I'm not sure if he's French or from Switzerland. I think he's French. Let me double check. No, he's from Switzerland. I had, there's two great jazz drummers from Switzerland. Who is the other, huh? Hello, Radio Gnome. Cheers, Liam. Hello, Sound of Mind. So on this, Masahiko Sato plays piano modulator. This was recorded in 1971 in Munich. Wow, 52 years old. I believe there is a US pressing of that here in States. Because Enja is a German label, but I believe that this one had a US pressing. That's the one I have here. The one that came out a little bit after the original pressing. Exactly, Humer. Humer being the, for those who didn't know this, Daniel Humer being the other Swiss drummer that is a sight to Hello, Johan. Yeah, some people wrote me they couldn't be here tonight, and some wrote me they might be here tonight. Are you here, Steve? I love this record. It starts so abstract, then it gets experimental, and now you really get the jazz with all of the two previous shades. There's a composition called Far Trip. Okay, there's already 2 copies of the US pressing that sold. Well, it is a cheap record so far. I haven't checked the German pressings. So anyone disclosing they got one already? Hello, Steve. And the next one, you might be wanting to get it, Steve. It will be easy, I think. So I assume you're not at the pub, Steve, huh? Ah, Zeb, hello. Maybe so. Well, there's a little bit for everyone in this one, huh? You know, this past couple of days we've been talking about with some people in the VC about the upcoming Atlantic reissue program by Acoustic Sounds, 75 records over 3 years, saying there's a little bit for everyone there. Well, here there's jazz, experimental, electronics. Huh? How about a little bit of everything for everyone? And affordably so. I love that part. It gets really intense now. Hello Manuel. Yeah. It's on the way. It might be here next week or the week after. And I think it was Faust. Was it you or Faust in the head who told me about it, since Relapse is the only place where to get it, which was quite annoying. Ordering it from the US cost me a fortune. Hello, Paul. Well, good to see you too. Yeah, I'm alive. Oh, this is not an AI yet. Now, a new release of an old record, a record that was only released on CD. Yes, um, they say so. Probably the only one during our lifetime, at least. We'll see. Ah, so no Utopia Strong gig tonight. Kevin is busy. I learned something about Kevin Torabi uh, this week. His indie band from the 90s, um, in which uh, used to play half of Skull Disco, Applebeam. That was interesting connection. Oh, Miranda Sex Garden too. Nice. Hello, Dave. So what we're listening to now is okay. There's a band that is very dear to me called um, no, not the Cardiacs, Radio Gnome. A band before that, a band called Soviet France. Ooh, I hope I have some of your attention. So Soviet France started out in 1980 or 81, and they underwent quite a few changes in the lineup. There's only one member currently of the original lineup. The two most famous members that left, uh, one of them started a band in the early 90s that has been very productive. Lots of CDs, lately some vinyl reissues, but I'm not in love with all their records. This one I am. And yes, you might have caught it. This is a wooden box of Rapoon's first album, Raising Earthly Spirits. A double LP, comes in two printed sleeves and jackets, if I can find them. I believe I can't. So I would say for those who love shouting at the ground, probably my favorite Soviet France album from '89 This is not far after, and this is quite similar. Loops. Ah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, Monsoon Bassoon is a Cabus indie band that had free single of the week uh, in the Melody Maker or something like that. Hello, Russell. They still are, Christoph, because they still are growing. Good evening, Record Hound. I'm fairly okay. Had a really rough week, couple of weeks. Yeah, there's not really any Soviet France record not worth having, in my opinion. Nice, yeah. Hello, Mark. Yeah, the Cardiacs, quite good band that Cavus was part of at one point. Salut, Fred. Oh mon Dieu. Chut. Yeah, Shadow Thief of the Sun. I got like probably that many Soviet France records or related to Soviet France. I'll do I'll do something about them eventually. Yeah, this is lovely. Next, I'll play a record I just got. I don't even. It's a record that I missed a few years ago when it was first released. I believe in 2017 or so, maybe 19. I'm not sure. But this Raccoon record Fantastic package, obviously. This came out, I believe, on the this. Oh no, it's not on the label I know. Oh yeah, it's Contact Audio. Another voice is. So this was originally released in '93. Robin Story. Hmm? So double LP, I think it's yeah, really, really, really good entry point in Rapoon's discography. In my opinion, out of all the records of his I've listened, which is quite a lot, top two. That was a little bit of abrupt, sorry. And yeah, and it comes. It's a double LP. Quite a good pressing, to be honest. This one is an excellent pressing. If people are interested in this kind of stuff. Good question by Steve. Well, for me, there weren't because the two first ones. I mean, you can get all the albums from the box set separately. So I had the originals of all the records that were originally issued. If you like originals, just get the ones that were unreleased on vinyl. Maybe the third one is the box that has the most amount of unreleased on vinyl, if that is important. Huh? Yeah, Fred and I had a little chat, and he's aware of the nature of some of my indisposition, and yeah, well, I'll spare you. Yeah, yeah, that one. Yeah, that's a side project from a member of Soviet France. That is also in a wooden box set like that you can still find on the cheap. Amazing record with an obvious reference to Pink Floyd. Hello, Eric. Eric, you have a record soon on its way to you. I know it takes time, but it's happening. So, what is it we're listening to? Hmm? It's quite a nice little record, huh? Daisuke Fujita. The name of this project is Mete. The album Komachi was first released in 2019, and it just got reissued this year because it was sold out, and a lot of people really liked it. He did another one called Kweidan that was quite good. I prefer this one, and yeah, he has a following, a dedicated following. So he has a few. I think he has 4 albums or so, and this one is the one that really strikes me. Uh, could. Oh, by the way, someone complained about me playing this 2 weeks ago. Freak nasty. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Am I? Yeah. Well, the 4 records is done. Indeed, have a storytelling aspect. You are most correct, Edward. I don't understand Japanese yet, so yeah, Contact Audio is I find them a little bit opportunistic. Like usually they release stuff after an older artist has gotten hype from other issue labels, often vinyl on demand, since they did a lot of Muslim Goes, Coil, and affiliates. But in the end, if they release something for the first time on wax, thank you. Yeah, Koidan is an amazing movie with a great soundtrack by Toru Takemitsu, which I have. Wow, that's an amazing description. For those who don't know, RP Boo, footwork. Am I right? Yeah, that's Juke, footwork, Christophe. And Eddie Prévost. Eddie Provo is my old math teacher. Eddie Prévost from my AMM and experimental audio research with Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom. First, Kevin Martin from Techno Animal and Kevin Shields from My Bloody Valentine. So many connections all the time. And this is just a very nice, almost like environmental ambient record, which is a specialty of Japan music. But this is not real, like what is usually called environmental music. Yeah. Oh, you know what? You gave me an idea. Now, what could that be, huh? It's pretty obvious. Yeah, Colleen was a friend of mine in Paris. I remember when she did her very first 7-inch. She was a guest on my radio show. She did a live performance there. And she signed on Leaf Records, same label as Susumu Yokota. Well, there'll be others, I fear. Yeah, this is a... Well, I'm in your position now, because this is a record I thought, like, it's alright, but I don't know if I need it. I got all I need from Asmus, and then came this track. This is the very first Werkbund record, Skagerrak, which came with a bunch of inserts. Again, this obsession with metal and water. Yeah, when I think I'm done with Asmus Stipes' discography, I thought I was done, and there's still two that I'm eyeing on. It's been quite a journey for me this year with him. Eric, are you trying to teach us something here? Yeah, so this is quite dark music, obviously, but for me it goes much beyond this. This is just absolutely amazing stimulations of the senses, because this music is quite physical also. It's quite easy to feel it in your bones, these drilling sounds. I just love the harmony, the overall harmony created by all these tones. And I love that it takes its time to really get you into the mood. Asmus Stipes, again, for those who don't know, started out in the mid-70s in Germany, close to Conny Plank, the great, the king of sound engineers. He had a few records that were more like electro-pop, as he says, that he kind of left that quite fast, as he was not that interested in these and preferred to do these, even if he's still not on the record as being behind this project, Werkbund. And here, my okay. Thank you, Sean, for leaving a tip in the tipping jar. For those who want to support the show, well, you can always leave a comment, a like, a thumbs up on the video, and there's a link in the description if you want to send a little tip for tonight's DJ, which Sean just did. Thank you.
I'll put him on the back. Shout out business, say I'm from. Say my name and rock me slug. DJ Slug, take it over sex. You can't fuck with it, now you wanna make a bet. Boom, but a rack, hit it from the back. Freeze like a raw, just a little few track. DJ Slug from the south side, baby. Keep banging it, say you niggas can't pay me. Little booty girl, tell me who you with. Say my name, cause I wrote this shit. The freeze like a raw, I love it when you do me. Damn, she's got a copper. Damn, got a flat, got a small, got a small, got a copper, got a copper. Damn, got a flat, got a small, got a copper, got a copper. Oh shit, here's verse 2. Little booty freak, this is what you do. 1, 2, hit it from the back. Fuck that shit, we use that track. DJ Slug on some new shit. Cowboy booty, a brand new hit. Girls in the front, girls in the back. If they got a small booty, then listen to the track. Big booty hoes, get off the floor. Niggas ain't tripping on booties no more. A pretty little face, a pretty little ass. Fresh ass style, need a bitch with class. Small booties in, little booties out. Small booty girls, now let me hear you shout. Little booty freaks,
Hello, Jose.
damn, she got a cowboy booty. Damn, she got a flat, got a small, got a cowboy, got a cowboy booty.
Yes.
If you's a freak and you know it, clap your hand.
See you later, John.
If you's a freak and you know it, clap your hand. If you's a freak and you know it, and you ain't afraid to show it.
Oh,
If you's a
nice.
freak and you know it, clap your hand. If you's a freak and
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know
there-
it, clap your hand.
Always.
If you's
There
a
will be
freak
more.
and you know it, clap your hand. If you's a freak and you know it, and you ain't afraid to show it. If you's a freak and you know it, clap your hand. If you's a freak and you know it, clap your hand. If you's a freak and you know it, clap your hand. If you's a freak and you know it, and you ain't afraid to show it. If you's a freak and you know it, clap your hand. Woo! Freak set. I'm a freak set. Woo! I'm a freak set. Put your hands up. Woo! I'm a freak set. Woo! I'm a freak set. I'm a freak set. Put your hands up. Put your hands like up. This. I'm a freak set.
This is DJ Sluggo. Amazing footwork. This came out only on 7-inch.
It's the remix. It's the remix.
Yeah, Alex is having an auction with Dom tomorrow. On Sunday, I think.
It's the remix.
It's tomorrow, okay.
It's the remix. It's the remix.
So yeah, this
It's
is
the remix.
obviously booty shaking
All my
music.
little booty girls represent y'all at. Woo! It's the remix. All my little booty
Yeah, this is the kind of music. If I'm in the club, I want to
black
dance.
booty girls,
This will get me going.
It's the remix. All the small booty women represent. Big booty hoes get off the floor. It's the remix. It's the remix. For the small booty girls. A cowboy booty freak and you know it. Yeah, clap your hands.
I don't know if Christophe
Side to side, like this,
enjoys this, but
like this.
yeah, you made me think about it. Christophe posts.
Like this. Like this. To the left. To the right. Take it back. To the front now. To the left. To the right. Take it back. To the front now. Woo!
White label 7-inch. I think they only did 100 of it. Some of you might say it's already 100 too much. I don't agree. So earlier this week, I stepped out of my Instagram silence. I did a post about a record that is quite dear to me, which is playing right now. So some of you already know what it is. Some of you bought the record. Even VG copies of this were sold. I saw this week. And this is just superb. Yes, I did. And now, well, took me a while to find a decent copy of this. Um, I love the artwork, I love the object, I love the sound, the music. Octavian Nemescu, my favorite Romanian composer. Yeah, I think I even prefer him to Iancu Dumitrescu, whom I love. I love this electrocard. Electrocard is the label of the Romanian state label, and I don't know if you can see the gloss on this heavy, heavy, heavy gloss on the thinnest, flimmiest cover paper. Daniel Kienzi on saxophones. Both sides are incredible. I play you the side with Daniel Kienzi. I know, Steve, that you will want to get this. I'm pretty sure you won't be alone. Unfortunately, this is not an easy record to find, and yeah, 3 copies of it sold or disappeared from Discogs this week. The other side is quite different. The other side kind of reminds me of Aphex Twin harmonically. It is not Aphex Twin, even though not that it would be the ultimate reference, far from that. But yeah. By the way, yeah, there was a new Aphex Twin EP that came out a month ago or so. Five, 5 or 4 brand new tracks. First release in 5 years or so. It was nice. I wasn't impressed. Didn't need to get it. That record is from '87, I believe. Let me double check. Oh no! Oh, this was released in 1991. That's pretty cool. The tracks are from 1986, recorded at the IRCAM studio in Paris for this. The other one from '87 in Lyon, also in France. Yes, 808. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I know I will eventually, fairly soon, probably. Yeah, yeah. I think I played that one. Maybe not. No, maybe I didn't play, but I showed it. I talked about it. Maybe it's the one that got reissued by Sub Rosa, right? Grateful Dogs. Yeah, I'll play this for an extended time now because this just grows and stuff happens that is quite marvelous. Hello, Faust. I saw you got your re-entry already. Mine is on the way, thanks to you, I think. Yeah, Rose's label just received his the copies of his new Merzbau release. Looked beautiful, I must say. Yes, Christoph. It's I agree. The fact that it was released in '91 makes it counterintuitively even cooler. And not that many. 1991, Romania, that kind of music. Ah, good. I can't wait to share this. Hello, Jeffrey. Daniel Kensi, the saxophone player here. Alex Motorik did a video on him, more or less. Not exclusively on him, but his latest video. I encourage you to check it out since he talks a little bit about him, a series of LPs with which he's deeply associated. He lives in Paris, but I believe he's originally from Romania, even if he made most of his career in France. And yeah, I would say this is a high point in his career, even if most of his records are amazing, but this one, wow. Yeah, but the extra track you can find somewhere else, huh? Yeah, it, there's a I would say there's at least like 30, 40 records of Romanian music from the 80s that are just what was going on there. I mean, living under a dictatorship, Ceausescu, I guess you have to find your freedom very deep. Yeah, I'm sorry, Steve. I knew you would, or I suspected you would really love this. That's the one I, I was starting to write a message to you today and about to give you the link to get it. And oh no, too late. Ah, okay. So what's his connection with Romania, Alex? Hello, Michael. Yes, rather otherworldly, but also yeah, it connects the senses. I wish, yeah, the other side is amazing as well. Hello, Ivan. How is your cat reacting? Hello, Dom. Next record is a cheap one, mostly. A record I seldom see mentioned, even if the main collaborator of that record is very famous. All right. Next one, Zeb is gonna love it. (1978), French Prague. What do you mean, Ivan? I know, it's all good, Knives. Hopefully you do. So this is the work of Hervé Picard, the solo album of his, until a couple of years ago when he started to release new music under this name again, Ose, which means dare. It's like the injunction, Adonia, which features heavily Richard Pinas of Heldon fame. And this is one of these records where I wish I would do a John Peel. Shall we? I don't know, but that would be totally up his alley. This is the kind of records, it's not super common, but you find it in France. It's not something that is talked about, so you get it usually for between 10 and 25 bucks. It does, huh? But I have something quite special next. Something super cheap. super cheap and really cool, but super limited as well. For me, this is as good as any proto-electro crowd rock. Like if you're into like the stuff like Tangerine Dream, Ashra Temple and all that, like especially Tangerine Dream, I guess this is this is just perfect record. And yeah. Yeah, that record is good. I don't have it. I've seen it a couple of times, and there's something about Polish jazz that, I mean, it also gets a little bit overrated sometimes, if you see what I mean. Maybe you disagree. Hello, Yamne. I think you can find it in different places. This was released on Egg. And let me see. Yeah, there's a German pressing, a Spanish, Venezuelan pressing, Japanese pressing. Yeah, and other than that is French. This is one of my favorite finds of late. Okay, quite a few copies that sold in 5 minutes of the O's record. Wow. So this is two artists meeting. This is from a record that was released in 2002, 300 copies, and numbered. You can get it for less than $5. This is the meaning of like a wave goth Italian band, pretty cheesy, not too bad actually, called Face and Disease. But this is a collaboration between them and Jeff Grinke. I don't know how to pronounce it. Jeff Grinke. This is a 10-inch called Dream the Red Clouds, Face and Disease, collaboration with Jeff Grinke. Just superb, like ambient-ish guitar with electronic sounds. and soundscapes. It's just one of these little records that probably totally got lost in the clutter of releases, and I never seen anyone mention this. Jeff Winke, he has 3-4 records that are quite okay, quite good, like dark ambient, industrial ambient. I think there was a reissue recently of not his best stuff, but some quite good stuff. I bought 2 LPs of his, like back in the days in Paris in the early 2000s, just to test it out, and it was good. Not the best stuff ever, but really good. And every now and then you revisit these bands, these artists, and Discogs is not what it was 20 years ago. There's much more information, so hello Nathaniel. Yeah, okay. There always is some eventually. I played some footwork already, the DJ Sluggo. And this is when, 1 hour and 20 minutes already. So it's when I remind you guys who are watching this live and you who are watching this whenever you're watching, if you liked the video, the selection, the mix, you can leave a thumbs up, maybe a comment on the video, and if you want to support the channel, you can always leave a little tip in the tipping jar, the Ko-fi link in the description, which is really instrumental to making this happen on that level every week. So thanks for all of these who have contributed tonight already and in the past. Fonal, yeah, okay. Fonal makes more sense. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk, Marius. Yeah. But this is really nice, I think. For some, if you're into like Bill Frisell, it's kind of the John Hassel version of Bill Frisell in a way. Lovely. Thank you, Janne. Thank you so much for leaving a little tip in the tipping jar. Hello, Steven. It's a grower, isn't it? I think it's an 8.5 minute long track. Really takes its time to show you what it's all about. And when you get there, wow. Okay, 2 copies sold on Discogs of this already. It's a 10-inch, huh? And it's really about that track. The rest is whatever, but for $5, such a good track. I love records when also the ones that have a really massively beautiful track that almost kind of obfuscates all the rest. When you put it on, you know exactly why you put that record on. Okay, let's see if hell has some room for us. Let's see if there's some room left for us in hell. Thank you, Marius, for supporting the channel. Well, you can look at it in different ways, though. It's yes, but how often do I drive prices up of something you were already looking for? If it's something that you're just learning about, well, fair game. And well, this is quite special. Yeah, it started out so starkly, so dark. Before it starts getting somewhere. So Hermann obviously I've been in an Hermann rabbit hole of late. The Austrian artist of Art Total Art, one of the Vienna actionists who went to jail in the 60s, 70s because mostly because of his art. And I just can't get enough of not everything he does, but or he did. But he has like 5 types of music he's doing, and his organ work. It is drone music in many regards, but it is also organ church music. Oh, thank you, Christopher T. Huh? Thank you for a very nice tip in the coffee jar. Much appreciated, man. Yeah, who knows? Yes, Solaris. I think I have a 12-inch of Solaris on his own label. There was also another band called Solaris on Relapse. That was not him. Hello, Ben. The thing with Hermann who we're playing right now, the most of these records they will disappear because Hermann is very collectible in the art world, but a lot of people don't fully realize that he's also a musician. And these records, they didn't press that many. I mean, some of his records from the late 70s, early 80s fetch thousands of dollars. But the newer releases, for some reason, still fairly ignored, despite how limited the pressings are and most likely won't get represses. I mean, eventually, when all the prices go through the roof, which for the good ones, I'm pretty sure that's the fate of the near future. This one is a double LP, so recording from 10 years ago, almost to the date. Yeah, Hermann left us last year, had a good life. You can see videos of him on YouTube. I encourage you to do that. It's quite something. He's quite a character. Oh yes, good idea, Alex. Yes, I will have. Well, I see where you're coming from, but for me, there's still a few worlds in between it. Hello, Tracy. Tracy. Yeah. Hex system. Mm, I don't think I have. Remind me who that is. I looked them up anyways. Thank you, Tracy. Now a record that is still quite easy to find, quite different from this. And I might have played it a long time ago already, but I was talking about it to Chris Cole uh, this week. It's kind of like a Chris Cole record, so let's go ahead and listen to that. Well, it's all in the eye of the beholder, isn't it, John? All right, I'll check it out. I open his Bandcamp. Hello, Mike. Nice to see you. Well, this one is not directly a jazz record, but very adjacent. I have 2 copies of it, and I just picked one up. It was one of these records. It's funny. I was telling Chris Cole that this is one of the records I quite often put on, and because I quite often quite often turns up in my hands. And recently I figured out why. Because I have 2 copies of it. It was the first time when that happened. I had 2 copies of a record without even knowing it. And this is the 4th album of Perigeo. A band from Roma, mostly helmed by Giovanni Tommaso, who is the bass player here. He did a lot of library soundtracks, a lot of really, really cool library soundtracks. This came out on RCA Italia, which released a lot of libraries. It's just a cool little record. When I say that, let me double check if I'm not selling something super. No, it's affordable. Hello Montréal. Nice to see you, son of fans, victims. What a dramatic name you have. I never know if I shall say hello with a smile when you come on. Stéphane, okay. Oh yeah, there's Claudio Fasoli as well on the tenor saxophone, contralto, soprano. And a bunch of other musicians under not so Italian names. I don't know. It was recorded in Toronto, actually. Oh. Italian band, mostly library soundtracks musicians, but recording in Toronto. That's quite unusual. Just a nice little groovy jazz. Oh, that guitar riff. Yeah, it does have a cinematic feel. But this part really puts a smile on your face, doesn't it?
Fuck me. man was frontin', checking me out, cause girls he's hunting. Lick for someone, can't give him some love. Yeah, bitch, he's gonna give it up. So he's round by the ass and went outside. Yeah, your man a joyous ride. Then he dropped to the knees in his bed for skin. You know it, bitch, I fucked your boyfriend. Boom, I fucked your boyfriend. I fucked your man. Boom, I fucked your boyfriend. I fucked your man. Boom, I fucked your boyfriend. I fucked your man. Boom, I fucked your boyfriend. He stuck it in.
Miami bass at its best, at its best. Even if it's probably, I'm not even sure it's from Miami.
When I first saw your man, he was really fine. He had this nice ass body that would blow your mind. He had this long blonde silver that was dropped down low. He wanted to sex me from my head to my toes. So I let him rub me down. He caressed me the right way. I hit him with the juice and it made him go crazy. Cause the juice had your man committing the sin. Oh yeah, silly bitch, I fucked your boyfriend. Boom, I fucked your boyfriend. I fucked your man. Boom, I fucked your boyfriend. I fucked your man. Boom, I fucked your boyfriend. I fucked your man. Boom, I fucked your boyfriend. He stuck it in.
So this I got on 7-inch because the 12-inch version is censored. The only version I know of with the explicit lyrics is the 7-inch. Here's your bass, Marius, huh?
Boyfriend, you better hold on tight, cause I'm the type of girl that makes your man feel right. When he goes out, he wants to fuck. Calling out Susan while your nerves get plugged. Then you come around with that fucking chit chatter, talking all that shit, but bitch, it don't matter, cause in the end, he'll be tricking again. Ooh, me? Yeah, now who's your girlfriend? Who my fucked your boyfriend? I fucked your man. Who my fucked your boyfriend? I fucked your man. Who my fucked your boyfriend? I fucked your man.
Not everyone loves it, obviously. I just can't imagine this music being released on that level because this was, I wouldn't say it was mainstream, but close enough back then. This is probably, I'm not sure from when, from 88, 89 maybe? Between 87 and 89, I would say.
Fuck me.
Thank you, John, for leaving a very nice tip in the coffee jar, in the tipping jar. Thank you, John. Yeah, I might soon be able to. We'll see if there's a record that I'm aching for right now. So just a little bit above what I should pay, but eventually. Okay, now hands down, reissue of the year. Okay, it doesn't say from which year this is. So, MC Lucius, Boom, I Got Your Boyfriend. And the other side is, it doesn't say, but it's actually an radio version, I think. So yeah, the record playing now, like a few weeks ago I did a video called My 10 Most Listened Records, which was kind of a sort of, not a joke, but a cheeky entry to that thread, since I only showed CDs. My 10 most listened records are CDs, since I have less CDs than vinyl records, and there's a room where I spend a lot of time working where there's only a CD player. There's no vinyl record player. So out of all my CDs, I make a selection of about 300 CDs that stay there, which is what I usually play. And I selected the 10s ones I play the most. With one omission, one that would have been in the top 3 if it hadn't just been reissued or issued on vinyl for the first time, and I just got it. And it's the deepest record that I would know of. Brace yourself. This is a trombone record. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't 100% sure. It was actually Miami. Davis might know. Davis was into female blues singers at one point who were quite raunchy. I remember when I first played this CD to friends of mine in Miami, musicians. And maybe they were on something, but they found this way too intense. This was recorded in a water reserve. The cistern at Fort Worden, Port Townsend. Every so often, I arrange one of the trombone master classes to take place in the cistern at Fort Worden, Port Townsend, the infamous 2 million gallon, 186-foot diameter water tank about 70 miles northwest of Seattle. The most recent time, on June 18, 1994, consisted of 9 current and former students, 10 trombones in all, including me. This excursion turned into a recording session that served the purpose of making this record, as well providing sources for the Meet the Composer commission through their blah blah blah. The reverberation time of 45 seconds is so great that it is nearly impossible to communicate unless you are grouped together. However, if everyone is close to and facing the wall, it is possible to whisper and be heard anywhere on the full circumference. The looks of amazement on the students or anyone as they climb down the ladder and hear their first sounds is worth the whole exercise. 45-second natural reverb. This came out on New Albion on CD in 95, I guess, 90, yeah. And I bought it probably 96 or so, or around when it was released. And so the instrumentation is like, as he said, these 10 musicians with trombone or trombone and didgeridoos on some tracks. So as Jose is mentioning, Stuart Dempster is one of the original members of the Deep Listening Band by Pauline Oliveros, and by him. Stuart Dempster had a career in avant-garde music in the 70s, early 70s. Quite traditional stuff he was doing. There's this Donald Herb record where he plays. It's good, but it's nothing as impressive as this. And it just got issued for the first time by Important Records. Jose, come on, you're just discovering this. The Deep Listening record. This one is probably the best Pauline Oliveros recording in my opinion. But I think this one is better. And no Pauline Oliveros, but still.
The newborn is moving out. The waiting seems to be giving way to more than waiting. If you want to know who this person is, would it be so hard to get?
This is a record some of you probably already got. Took a while for my copy to reach me, but I'm quite happy with it. I know some were slightly disappointed with it. Not me.
It wouldn't be so hard to guess. And say I did not matter what I says it.
So this is the Arthur Russell archival release from the summer. Unreleased recordings. Unreleased versions, at least, of these tracks. Came out on Odika Records, the label from the how do you say, the estate of Arthur Russell.
Where a bishop lived before the sun.
I'm looking for that Mexican record I thought I had right here. All right.
He's very sweet and so nice.
Okay, I'll play a little more of this record just to see. Yeah, that must have been pretty cool to experience it live. Yeah, the Cistern Chapel. The cover, huh? The original CD is the same artwork but in color. Do you really have them all, José? Huh? But yeah, the Dinosaurel album is it's one of these records. Ah, okay, now I got my Mexican record. Alright, it's midnight. some great techno on 7-inch. Thomas 9000. Completely obscure, his only record, totally banger. Like the syncopation on this is so good. That's what you call a 909 bass drum. Mayhem. Yeah, this was so good. I was quite frustrated that no other track, no other record by this project. But now, yeah, let's celebrate independence of Mexico. With one of the coolest and weirdest jackets I have. This is like a sort of PVC jacket. You're listening to Fantasia Cosmica by Raúl Pavón. 1984. This is a Mexican-only pressing of some of the most avant-garde Mexican music I can think of. Forget about Jorge Reyes. I need it, Marius, I need it. Do you have it, Alex? I think I might be the one who entered it in Discogs like 15 years ago, maybe more. don't have it. It's a record I'm after. If it's the one I'm thinking of, I might be mistaken. Do you know, Alex, of any other Mexican record that avant-garde as this one? There might be, but like for me, that's from everything I know. There's 4 tracks on it, and they're all like really, really good. From what I've heard, Jose, no, not as like that. But maybe I missed, maybe on cassette. I don't know about that one, I think. Yeah. You will explain that to Marius then. Yeah, it's one of those little miracles of the record industry. Yeah, I'm not talking. I know there are people in Mexico doing really avant-garde music, Jose. I'm talking about it being released on vinyl, especially like in '84. Or before. Always after the information, Marius. Information is power. what's interesting with these records of avant-garde electronic music from countries not from the Western world is, well, they probably had to manufacture, to create, to build their own synthesizers, like Marius is doing right now with his speakers and an amplifier. Because back then, yeah, when you needed something, when you were like in a electronic music studio in a university or something, well, you'd know about electronics, so you'd build it. But sometimes you'd also have some electronic music instruments that were maybe not the most cutting edges. Like here, maybe there's a theremin or something, which brings a sort of cheesy quality, or could. But in this instance, I think he managed to escape that. Now a record I just got took me 30 years to get it. It's a record that was released 36 years ago. 36 or 35. What strikes me with this, which I will need to maybe get again, since there's a little bit of there's one track with damage on it, unfortunately. But before I will explain that, that was
I was wide awake in a dream.
Música Electroacústica Mexicana, and the composition was Fantasia Cósmica by Raúl Pavón. And now, one of the coolest covers possible in my world. Spaceman Free, Transparent Radiation, their second single. I know I've talked about the Spaceman Free extensively, featured a lot of their projects. They're my favorite rock band. What I wanted to, the reason, well, I wanted to have this for my own pleasure, but I wanted to play this and talk about this a little bit. Because if you listen to their very first record, and then you listen to this 1 year after, Ecstasy Symphony is the name of this track. Their first recordings, like demos, are from '84. 3 years later, they're doing this. You can hear the violin. Yeah, that was from '84, Thomas. Well, that was released in '84. Probably, No, it's not like that. It's more new agey. Angela. You know that Peter Christopherson from Coil directed a video for Hanson. He really did. There's pictures of that. No, I know what it is, Jose. I'm not mixing it up. Not when it comes to that kind of music. There's still some time, but I think I'm gonna end it with next composer, whom I'm gonna interview next week. I'm gonna do a video, probably not a stream, but I might do a premiere where I talk about it, and maybe then I'll do a stream where I play more of his music. Hello, Michael. This is wonderful. Second EP by Spaceman Free. I know a lot of people are obsessed by the albums, but this is 35, 36 minutes long. There's
You
5
know,
songs.
It sounds like ecstasy.
So this is probably, this is the Spaceman Free at their least rock and roll. But this is also why it's a band that is so ear opening. Like after that, they would still go on to like rock music in the truest sense. Like when you listen to most of their records, like you can hear Bo Diddley, you can hear a lot of things, but but to have this in their music that early on and to this day in their various projects, I remember listening, hearing them for the first time when I was 14. It was almost scary, to be honest. It was not music that was easy to digest. Not even, I wouldn't go as far as digesting, but like just take in. I was having a discussion or like a small exchange recently with someone about psychedelic music. This is psychedelic music to the highest degree, isn't it? Just doesn't get more psychedelic than this. Cheers, Frank. Some VCLT action between Michael and Marius. Nice. The thing, is that Ryan Jonestown Massacre it's a good band. Honestly, it is.
Selfless man slept by my side, uttering words about a turning tide. And
It's just that when you have already the Spaceman Free and quite a lot of other stuff like that, do you need Brian Jonestown Massacre? I'm not sure.
split nostrils hungry open wide,
The
velvet breast with crimson
that one,
legs dry.
yes.
Turning
Wait.
tide, and she asked me, can I ever provide
I would say it's the yeah, no, it's a good one. I played it not that long ago. There's a B-side on it that is really 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 nice and exclusive to it. So yeah. Thank you, Jan.
my liquid head up into the
Ah, well.
rain. I walk through a bush of land and pick up rain. I hear my ear a hurricane and speak to the man about a train. Touch with my hand.
Okay, so I'm gonna play now.
Red sides outside where Jack hunting.
Jean Schwartz. I might have played that track before. From the French composer Jean Schwartz. I have all his records but one. Jean Schwartz, who released an album last year, archival recordings of him with Don Cherry and Michel Portal, an amazing record on a transversal disc, Jonathan Fitoussy's label. Jean Schwartz started in the early 60s as a jazz drummer. He played with the musicians of Miles Davis, with a lot of really good people. And he then started to work at the GRM. He became a member of the GRM, the Groupe de Recherche Musicale. And then he also worked at the Humanity Museum in France, which had a department collecting music from around the world. He was in contact with Stockhausen, with John Cage, with many, like some of the greatest musicians of the 20th century. He did music, movie soundtracks for Alain Resnais, for Jean-Luc Godard, for a lot of modern dance ballet as well. He did advertising for TV, radio. He had it all. And on Monday, I'll be talking with him. I might have like 2 or 3 videos next week, hopefully. But this one is going to be a big one for me. I'm so happy to be able to talk with him and to share love for his discography. An important figure in music history that is getting completely underlooked for many reasons. Mostly because he's old, he's French. And well, people seem to tend to forget about things, or well, we'll see. Anyways, I hope you'll tune in when I do a premiere of it. If it all goes according to plan. I worked my ass on this, preparing it with him so that technically we can do it. So I hope you'll appreciate this. And you can already appreciate this video by leaving a thumbs up, a like if you haven't already, and leave a comment if you want to further the discussion. And you can tip your DJ of the night through the Ko-fi link in the description. That's a way to support the channel. A lot of you know this already, but this is this is one of the best ways for me to sustain all of this. And so I don't know exactly how I will do the musical side of this interview I'm going to do with Jean-Charles, who's 84 years old. He still has it all here, but that's quite something to be able to hear the story from him. So thank you guys, and I hope you had fun. I had fun playing all these records, and I hope you'll have a good day, good evening, good weekend, and that's it for tonight. Oh yeah, and an important thing I forgot to say. Okay. So tonight, I thank Marcos for even if he couldn't be here tonight, for thinking of and supporting the stream. Thomas, Batmanian, Frank, Diegler, Antonsen, Sean, the Vinyl Dreamscape, Janne, Marius, Christophe, and John Levinson. Thank you guys for supporting the stream tonight. Much appreciated. Anyone who can, always good. Anyone who cannot, you're still welcome. Thank you for tonight. Bye-bye, and see you next week.